Hello, Leo. It is time for your June 2025 reading. We're going to start off with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for the month ahead. And we have the Emperor, large and in charge. I can't help but equate this a little bit with tarot. The Emperor in there, it represents Aries as a zodiac sign, in case you're working with somebody like that. But it's also about being the one in charge, the leader here, the one who's responsible for the safety and protection of everybody else. The card is about safety and protection, making sure people are not being reckless. So, setting up boundaries until you can trust or until they're more familiar with what they're doing now before you then extend that boundary so they can grow more. But doing it in a way that isn't going to cause heartbreak, heartache, or frustration and anger, etc. It's knowing when it's time to change a boundary, when it's time to implement a boundary, being willing to enforce that boundary. So there is an aspect, I guess, ultimately of control that's coming in here. Might be control for you, putting up boundaries for yourself to protect yourself from somebody else's energy in some way. Meaning you want to block them, but you block them so they can't contact you, but at the same time, you need to unfollow them too so that you're not kind of checking in with them and checking up on them and crossing your own boundary. So those boundaries go both ways. So be mindful of that. If you're trying to set up something like that with someone else, you have to respect it as much as you expect them to. And it feels like that's going to be the biggest struggle or the biggest thing you need to know or learn for this month. If you're setting it up, you better mean it and you better follow through. Okay. Pretty strong there. Okay. Let's see what your tarot cards have to say. We have Seven of Pentacles. We don't do reversals. King of Cups. Knight of Swords. Nine of Wands. And the Wheel. Change. So change is coming, and that might be what you're trying to adapt to and where you're trying to make adjustments. We are on the Seven of Pentacles cards, which is all about that analysis, checking to see what is working, what isn't working, what needs to change. What do I need to eliminate? What do I need to add? There's this feeling of really maybe going through your social calendar or your social contacts and people that you interact with on a regular basis and wanting to have that be not quite so large, maybe wanting to trim it down a little bit, and maybe even focusing in one specific area. Maybe you don't want to mix work acquaintances with friendships, or you don't want to have them following you on Instagram or Facebook on your personal page. Maybe you want to separate that out where you guys can follow me on this page, friends and family get this access. And you enforce that. That means you don't follow them on their friends page, on their personal pages either. So it's that kind of a thing, but it's analyzing that, assessing it, evaluating what it is you want to change. What is it you want to do here, if anything? And then we have the King of Cups. This is going to require some hard emotional choices. The King of Cups is very much, again, it has to do with that control kind of a vibe. It's masculine energy. It's very directive. But this is Cups, which is all about our emotions. The King of Cups navigates the emotions effortlessly. They understand how they're feeling about something, why they're feeling that way, and what it is that they need to change on an emotional level in order to correct that, to adjust course. And there's going to be, or maybe what's the undercurrent of all this is that there is some sort of emotional connection that may be getting out of control, or where the lines are blurring, and you just want to delineate that so that there is a clear line, a clear boundary that's not stepping over. So maybe this has to do with a work relationship that is getting out of hand or turning into too much of a personal relationship and it's starting to negatively impact the work relationship. if that makes sense, or vice versa. You need to have a line and you need to stand by it. And it is going to be an emotional line that you need to control. And then we have the Knight of Swords here. This is going to be swiftly cutting through the BS, kind of, in a way. The Knight of Swords is very quick moving. This is new territory for you, probably. You don't have a lot of experience setting up these boundaries. You haven't maybe ever encountered this before. You needed to have this kind of thing set up. It is going to be new to you. Yes, you will bumble a bit. You will make some mistakes. You will stumble, and that is okay. In order to get to the king level, you have to first be a knight. You first have to experience it and learn it and experience it in different ways until you get it right. But still, act swiftly once you make up your mind. Don't dilly-dally. And it's going to feel like exhausting. You're going to be feeling exhausted, like you're close to the end of this. You've almost got it all wrapped up. But it is exhausting. We have the Nine of Wands here. It's a fire element. It's about passion, action, Leo energy, kind of. But there's a sense here of feeling emotional, probably physically sore or exhausted. Again, exhausted is the biggest thing in here that I'm getting. And just wanting it to be over and done with, but not willing to give up. You do have enough to push through this. It's just going to feel like it's been taking forever, even though it may have only been taken a week or two. It's still going to feel like this is being drawn out. But just know, you will get to the conclusion. You will wrap things up. It's just going to feel like it's taking forever at one point here. And then the change comes. What color gumball are you going to get? This is the Wheel of Fortune. Change is inevitable. It is happening here. You can choose to just go for the ride and go with the flow, or you can try to fight against it. I don't recommend that because that's just going to slow things up and make things harder for you. So just know that this is all probably preparing you. Maybe if this does have to do with work and personal life intermixing too much, you may have needed to do this to get to a more professional relationship in order to take up on a leadership role. That where maybe the other person is going to be reporting to you or you're going to be reporting to them. But there is a change here in the dynamic, which I think is what you can see this is coming. This is happening whether you like it or not, which is why this needs to be straightened and sorted out. But you got this. Believe in yourself and just make it happen. You're in charge. And that, Leo, is what I have for your June 2025 reading. Please hit the like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.